Are you okay?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for Clark and Lois's greatest scenes together in Adult Swim's My Adventures with Superman.
But we have...
And we'll always have each other!
Number 10, their first meeting. As suggested by the title of the show, Lois plays a significant role in this adaptation. Early on in the first episode, her morning is juxtaposed with Clark's until the two end up running into each other at a convenience store.
Oh, hi there. After... you.
Thanks. See you in there, big guy.
After Clark is sufficiently embarrassed by the good-natured owners, he flees the scene and Lois, only to run right into her again at the Daily Planet, where he and Jimmy join her as interns.
The only reason I called you in today was to meet them. Hi.
You?
We've seen these characters meet cute plenty of times, but this one puts extra emphasis on the cute part.
So, I'm just gonna leave before this gets any worse. Goodbye forever.
Number 9. Clark comforts Lois at the gala.
And I don't even meet the dress code anymore.
That we can fix. Take it off.
What? What?
The jacket, bad boy.
In this scene, Lois opens up about her strained relationship with her dad and how it's continued to affect her into adulthood. For how upbeat and determined she is, we discover that much of this drive stems from a fear of failure.
He doesn't want to hear about my screw-ups.
Wait, what? Lois, what are you talking about?
Clark, it's been a year and I'm still an intern.
Clark is quick with some genuine, heartfelt words, and we're just as moved as Lois is.
You've changed my life for the better, Lois. In every possible way.
This whole episode is great. We get to see the characters get all dressed up, it's well paced, and there's some solid development in the overarching narrative. But this slower exchange between the two is really what sells it. Number 8. Clark asks Lois out on a date. Following the mess that was Lois confronting Clark about being Superman, we get a really lovely starting over scene, where the two fake reintroduce themselves.
I know I lied. I can't erase that.
Then we start over. Hey, big guy, I'm Lois Lane. What's your name?
Clark brings Lois and Jimmy to his spaceship in the field, laying it all out for them, or at least what he knows. A lot of it is still unclear as Superman is figuring things out himself, but he makes one thing in particular very clear to Lois.
I brought you here because there's no bad guys, no robots, and absolutely nothing to interrupt me when I ask you this. Lois Lane, will you go on a date with me?
It's the start of their real romantic relationship as they move away from uncertainty and flirtation to defining exactly what they are to each other. And later on, we get the pleasure of watching Clark freak out to plan the most romantic evening of Lois's life.
I'll fly in to pick her up at 6:45. The cherry blossoms in the park bloom at exactly 7 o'clock, so we'll have 15 minutes to get to the romantic rooftop view, which will save her for, 31 minutes.
Number 7. Clark shields Lois from bullets.
Hold up! You told Lois before you told me? Your best friend?
Things are pretty rough between the trio in this episode. Clark and Lois failed to show up for Jimmy in the previous episode, leaving the latter to get abducted. The remaining two team up to find him, with Lois still upset at Clark for keeping his big secret from her, and Clark maintaining that he doesn't want to talk about things. Regardless of any quarrels, though, Clark will never not be fiercely protective of the people he loves. Lois accidentally sets off a trap, and even though his powers have been weakened, he doesn't hesitate a second to jump in front of her. They make up soon after because it's pretty hard to stay mad at someone who's willing to sacrifice their life for yours.
How did you know you'd be bulletproof?
I didn't. I just knew that you weren't.
Number 6. Valentine's Day. Season 2 kicks off with February 14th in full swing. While it's definitely not the focus of the episode, it acts as a nice backdrop to the bigger plot points.
First, I'm gonna pick up Lois's favorite ramen, extra spicy for her, mild for me. Then we'll sit on the roof of the Daily Planet and watch the sunset.
Clark's initial plans don't pan out, thanks to a mission in Antarctica, and Lois forgets the calendar event altogether.
Wait, it's Valentine's Day?
You forgot?
But their date night is arguably more memorable than any grand romantic gesture either of them could have thought up. When in Antarctica, right? We also get a couple of heartfelt exchanges that make us melt every time we hear them.
Lois, Does it ever bother you that I'm not human?
Does it ever bother you that I am?
You are perfect the way you are.
If there's any time for the mushy-gushy stuff, it's definitely Valentine's Day. Number 5. Superman agrees to an interview.
If it was within my power, I would do anything for you, Lois.
Well, see how easy that was? So why can't that guy say it?
While both Lois and Clark are shown to be interested in one another, Clark is usually the one stuttering and blushing up a storm. When Superman finally agrees to give Lois an exclusive interview, though, the roles are reversed and it's spectacular.
What do you say we take this interview elsewhere?
I'd say, hold on.
There's a lot to love in these scenes. From Lois so clearly flustered, to Superman commending her and Jimmy for staying around to help when he'd told them to run. The standout, of course, has to be the sight of them flying together for the first time. It's a classic for a reason, and we even get some cheesy dialogue from an enamored Soups.
Is this how you see the world? It's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Number 4. Their first kiss.
I love going on adventures with you, Clark.
She said it. She said the thing. This was supposed to be Clark and Lois's first date, but as is typical in the superhero business, work takes precedence. Clark is in the middle of apologizing for as much, but Lois has just been confronted with all the multiverse versions of herself, so she's not feeling super hot either.
Lois, you're the only Lois for me.
I'm annoying.
You're dedicated. I'm weird.
You're amazing.
The two reassure each other with a shower of compliments, and we almost get those 3 big words, but we're shown instead of told the very same meaning.
I love your kindness.
I love.
It's beautifully animated with the chaotic background transforming into that of fireworks. And although their date doesn't go as planned, it doesn't have to for their connection to stay strong.
So, Lois, it's too late for dinner, but I was thinking.
Treat me to coffee, Smallville?
Number 3. Lois begs her dad to spare Superman. The most dramatic moment of season 1 was naturally saved for the finale.
What's going on?
The Rock!
Superman is exposed to kryptonite, triggering an invasion reminiscent of Zero Day that he'll do anything to stop. He's on his last leg as he puts his life at risk to destroy the ship, and a tearful Lois begs him not to sacrifice himself.
It'll kill you, Clark. I love you and I can't lose you.
That alone was enough to get our hearts pumping. But then, as Superman lays unconscious, her dad prepares to carry out his orders to take out the alien. Lois begs him to see how Superman has just saved everyone and to spare his life.
If you care about me at all, let him go.
It's the kind of grand display full of emotion that always makes our chests squeeze. Number 2. The I love yous.
I heard everything you said. Lois,
I know. I meant every word. The world is better with you in it.
Thanks to Lois and Jimmy's broadcast, Superman is able to defeat Evo. After so much dramatic tension over the 2-part storyline, Clark regrouping with Lois and Jimmy feels like a sigh of relief. Lois can barely get her declaration out, those 3 big words we were waiting for, before Clark attacks her with a sweet kiss.
So don't ever worry me like that again, Smallville. I love you, and
It's another stunning scene that makes excellent use of lighting, and has enough passion to power the city they just saved. Everything from the emotion in their voices to the score backing this moment is absolutely breathtaking.
I love you too.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Clark catches Lois. The first of many blushing encounters.
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm.
Guys,
Their 1-week anniversary. And cue the swooning.
What?
Clark says he's in love with Lois. Smooth, Soups.
So when you show up as Superman, you have to act super single. You can't let anyone know we're together.
So, no telling people about the brilliant reporter I'm in love with?
No, don't do that.
Beautiful bodyguard. We think it's a great plan, really.
Okay, here's the plan to sneak in. I'm a wealthy, gorgeous widow. You are my beautiful bodyguard who has fallen for me but can't reveal your true feelings. I'm here to make a large donation to the library wing. We get in, nab a key card, and go.
Beautiful bodyguard, that's...
Lois trusts Clark. Okay, she redeemed herself after the first time she pulled this stunt.
Lois, I can see you inching towards it.
Huh? What? No, I would never. Oh no, I slipped!
Wow, you really like jumping off things.
Because I know you'll always catch me, Smallville.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Lois rescues Clark from the simulation. After the rocky patch the couple went through this season, we were so happy to see this moment finally pan out.
And I don't think of you as only human, Lois. You're the strongest person I know.
Lois throws caution to the wind, as she does best, and succumbs to the Black Mercy to save Clark. At first, she can't remember who she is or why she's there, but it's not long after encountering Kal-El, whose memories have also been tampered with, that everything comes flooding back. The only problem is the simulation keeps restarting as it tries to boot her from it, and she keeps having to convince Clark of his life on Earth, and his life with her.
I stole a whole dang spaceship to find you, so don't tell me I'm not real, Smallville.
The moment he remembers is so sweet, and we were beyond relieved to see the two patch things up.
I pushed you away, but love is not for cowards. You are kind and sweet and strong, not because of your powers, but because of your heart.
Which moment was your favorite? Let us know in the comments.
I love you, Clark Kent.
I will always love you, Lois Lane.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.